Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, as should we see what's going on on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today in the first day of year 4. Woo, it's exciting, isn't it? Unfortunately, again, I don't really have any like celebrations or anything prepared. I'm still working on Fawnhallow. It's plausible I finish it by the time this episode's uploaded. 0% chance I'm going to finish the art time lapse and have that edited by the time it's meant to go up. It's meant to go up in technically 8 minutes, and it's not coloured this thumbnail art. So it's basically what I'm just going to be doing today and probably tomorrow as well if I don't finish it today. Hopefully I finish it today. If I don't, well, you know, I talked about it before, and probably you don't really mind, but there'll be a placeholder art for one day. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe it'll be a preview. But anyway, hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 2:52 p.m. on Saturday, March 25th, 2023. And of course, it being the start of year 4, I'm going to, you know, talk a little bit about like what plans I suppose I have in the future for, you know, what's coming up, I suppose, in the Dear Dad challenge, which is, it's weird to say because it's, again, this very much started out as a hobby sort of thing, but you know, now my desires of what I want to do as a hobby for this YouTube channel is starting to expand as well. And I'm like, you know, New Year's a good time to do it. So obviously, I guess we'll start with a thumbnail art. You might already see it, you might not. I don't particularly know if it's finished. It probably isn't, but you know, you might be able to have a little sneak peek. I don't know if we can we just like sit next to you, KK side, if you don't mind us sort of just like chilling here to you as we point the camera upwards, because it's very much sort of sit around sort of Animal Crossing episode today. Yeah, so the thumbnail art, it's come along. It's fine, I would say. I don't think it's as like whoa, like year 3 was sort of like a whoa. This is like a very much all encompassing. It feels like a very big sort of finale to that sort of thing. But this isn't really like a finale sort of thing. This is just like nice, you know. I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's cute. It's probably how I describe it. Certainly, I think while drawing it, I feel like I'm a lot looser with how I'm drawing things. I'm really looking at it now, and I'm seeing a few like errors here of it. Things are a little bit sloppy, but you know, again, these thumbnail arts are pretty tiny, so you kind of don't really see most of that in the first place. So you know, it's not something I'm particularly worried about. But yeah, what other things coming up with the Darling channel? I mean, things aren't really going to change all that much, I'm going to be perfectly honest, but you know, it's just I want to start like doing some different things as well. And I think the most notable one is streaming, because it has been brought up a couple of times and it's something I have wanted to try for a very long time. I've never gotten around to setting it up, or you know, even trying it or like finding time, but I do intend this year to start streaming. I'm not going to be streaming every single day. I certainly just don't think I have time for that. I will probably aim to do one stream, like maybe like a 3-hour stream each week. And maybe if that, you know, goes pretty well, people like it, it's like good reception, I will find some other time to do it as well, maybe like on Wednesday. So my current plan is basically to do it on Saturdays. I don't know what time exactly, because I think the most convenient for me would be to do it in the mornings, but as I understand it, I think most of my viewers are American, so you know, if I do it in the morning, it's going to be like 4 a.m. or something for you. Well, again, I mean, like depending on East Coast, West Coast is, I suppose, a difference, but it's going to be kind of early in the morning, and you know, obviously I don't want that. I want people to be able to watch it live. That's a kind of a point of live streaming. It's kind of pointless if it's just a VOD. So probably what I imagine I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing it in the afternoon time, like from 3 to 6 or something like that is my guess. I don't know exactly, I've not really decided as of yet, but you can look forward to that. I will start streaming from 3 to 6. I don't know necessarily what games I'm going to play. I think it's going to be a bit more experimental. Like the YouTube channel, the games I play are games I intend to play from start to finish. Like these are games I know which I will like, or like really like highly anticipated games, etc, etc, while the games and the games that I'd want to like 100%. So you know, this is where the indie RPGs go, this is where games where I really wanted to play for a long time go, this is where the puzzle games go. I think that makes sense, especially because like some games don't, I think, translate very well to a live streaming aspect, like puzzle games especially. Like I'm very much someone who wants to solve a puzzle by their own abilities rather than having to get, I mean, it's nice to get hints, certainly, from like a live audience or anything like that, but I feel like it's also not very, because I sort of will not want to reach out, I suppose, while that happens, so it's a little bit silly to try and play a puzzle game and then ignore the like in a live stream, and then ignore the major part of live streaming, which is the interactive chat. So that's probably not going to happen, but I think it would be a good time to play like these sort of like one-off games, or like games, old games. I think is especially a good one. Old games which loads of other people have played already, but I've not played. You know, like I know Skyrim is the only one that comes to mind, but I'm not sure Skyrim would be that great of it, but it's possible. Or like for games which don't have necessarily like an end to it, you know, like maybe I'll play something like ARAMs or something, League of Legends. I don't know. I don't know necessarily what games I would play first. I think roguelites is actually a pretty good one there. Like, I'm not like super crazy about roguelites, but I do like them, you know, or just like playing some more experimental games. I think it's a good way to get through like a sort of backlog of games where I'm just like, I've had these games sitting in my inventory for ages. Let's play them, because, you know, playing through the Let's Play ones kind of demands a lot of time in the first place. So maybe I could play things like these fighting games I got, like Skullgirls, Rivals of Aether. Maybe I could play these roguelites like Enter the Gungeon, a bit of Binding of Isaac, etc, etc. I don't know. It's whatever ends up happening will end up happening, I suppose. But I do have a lot of games I could end up playing, is essentially what I mean to say. But yes, live streaming, I do intend to make it a thing. I also had a really nice idea for this live streaming thing, because obviously one big draw of my channel is I make custom thumbnail art. I illustrate custom thumbnail art is probably what I should say. You know, most people make custom thumbnail arts. But obviously it's a little bit ridiculous to do that for an individual one for every single live stream, because, you know, I can't make a custom thumbnail. I can't just churn them out at that rate. It's like, you know, I mean, if it was the only thing I did, if I like streamed full time, maybe I could, but I can't. So, you know, I have my real life stuff I suppose to attend to at the same time. But I thought it would be a pretty cool idea, is that, you know, for a 3-hour time period, stream for like whatever games, like one game in 1 hour, one game in the next hour, and another game in the last half an hour, the penultimate half an hour, and then the very final last half an hour is basically where I do the thumbnail art, kind of, where basically for the live streams each month we'll have a different thumbnail art of like D doing some sort of illustration around some sort of aesthetic, you know, untied to any of the games necessarily being played. Maybe I could take suggestions from people who are watching, but the thing is, I will do it over the 4 weeks or 5 weeks, which appear in a month. So, you know, for like, say I start streaming like the first week of April or whatever, you know, whatever date that is. Let me see. 1st of April, okay. That's not a good example. Maybe like the 6th of May or something. It was like the first week I do a stream for it. I will start the illustration in that last half an hour, and the thumbnail art for that VOD, when I eventually upload it onto YouTube, will just be that initial sketch I've done. And then in the next week I will do like the line art, and, you know, in the next week after that I'll do the flat colours, and then the final week after that I'll do the rendering. So then you can see each of them has their own unique thumbnail art. They're all linked together, because so you know they're from the same month, but you know when in the month they happen, because you can see how finished the artwork is. And I think it would just be a bit of fun. You know, people would like to see me drawing. I mean, people do like the art time lapses, but I think it would be nicer to have something a bit more real time, rather than just sort of like a snappy, like one that you see on the YouTube thumbnail arts with a lot of like pausing in between. Maybe, and maybe it won't be. I don't really know, but I think it'd be nice to be able to sort of mix, you know, both my art abilities and video gaming entertainment stuff together into these live streams, because that is kind of like the namesakes, I suppose, of this channel in the end. There's other stuff. The other big thing which will eventually happen, I think, hopefully this year, I think it'll probably, I'm gonna ballpark, it'll take me about 3 months to finish this. I will probably, I don't know when I'm gonna start streaming. Maybe next month. We'll see how it goes. Basically what will happen is just be one day, be like, right, I feel like streaming, let's try it. So I don't know. I will probably plan it. It will be something I will announce on Twitter and Discord. I'll probably mention it in my YouTube videos if you want to see. Am I going to stream on YouTube or Twitch? Someone's asked me before. I will probably try Twitch, just so it's a different, you know, website. Try something new. You know, I've used a lot of YouTube, and then if I'm just like, oh, I kind of hate this, and I'll use YouTube Live. If not, then, you know, it'd just be nice to be on 2 different channels. Actually, the minor point to us is like I wanted to change, update like my avatar and like my banner art and that sort of thing. That's not going to happen for a while, but it's something I'm thinking about. It's something I'm consciously thinking about, to be perfectly honest. I just sort of like need a good idea for it, I suppose, in the first place, but that will happen. The other thing which I said, you know, a 3-month period, this is something I mentioned ages ago, and I actually worked on a little bit ages ago, but, you know, oh, sorry, I just punched my microphone. Have been kind of busy, couldn't really finish it off, but a plan to make like a VTuber avatar of the Deer, and so, you know, have like a little like animated thing which you can like see like react to things at the same time. It sort of gives a, rather than just seeing like a screen of gameplay, you can actually see something emoting or something, or like illustrating my points and punctuating it, which I think will be fun. Mainly because I always wanted to like kind of learn how to create one. I do like animation and that sort of thing, and you know, I was like, this seems like a curiosity. Let's try it. Why not? And it's actually, you know, why not? Year 4 celebrations. Why not give you a little bit of a preview of what it looks like? So let me just, I need to add an image. Make source visible. I don't really remember how you do it on OBS. It's something like this. I think I'll show you a little preview. There you go. Woo! I think you can see that, like, there's a little D illustration I drew. It's too big. It's too big. I hope you can see this. There you go. So then, you know, she'll just, like, be in the corner, being, like, animated, being like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Something like that. Anyway, get rid of this. Delete this out my OBS. So, yeah, I don't know. She got a little bit of redesign. Not major redesign, because she's still a deer. It's just, like, you know... it's sort of like I want to make her still very read as a deer, not like a fancy deer or anything, but her eyes are just like a little bit different. If you want to pause and you can look at them, one of them's inverted. Yeah, so I mean, you might have actually already noticed that in some of the more recent Fawnhallow arts, I think. So I think you can probably notice it in the Cosmic Express one. If you paid like super close attention to it, you can see the actual little heart which is appeared on. No, I don't think that's the inverted eye. I don't remember which eye is the inverted eye, I'm going to be perfectly honest. You might have seen it in Here Comes Nico, or maybe she closed that eye. I don't remember either. Let's see if I can notice it. No, she I think every single time she's closed the inverted eye. So I don't think you've actually ever been able to notice it, which is quite funny. But yeah, hopefully that will be rigged up. I like ages ago I watched like a load of tutorials about it, so I at least should be able to do it. I don't know how easy it's going to be. I find it funny as well because in my folder for like was VTuber model. I don't even know if VTuber is it. VTuber might be a trademark term. I don't know. So why don't you know, animated model, animated avatar. Let's call it that. I've got like these little teasers which I was meant to post on Twitter and Discord as I'd done them. Like one of them is just like a close up of a sketch, or one of them is like a blurred version of a flat colours. And you know, I was meant to post them leading up to the actual reveal of it, and I was going to start streaming when I had that reveal of it. And then I got busy, and then I could never finish off this actual animation. But I just need to shade this, then I will animate it, and hopefully it will work pretty well. I've done a little bit of animation before in the past. I've not done anything particularly intensive, so it's not going to look amazing, I think. But it will just be a bit of fun. It's mainly for my own desires, I suppose, first and foremost, rather than anything else. But yeah, hopefully that'll be fun. Hopefully you look at that and be like, oh, that's cute. Or you might look at that and be like, okay, you know, happy for you or whatever, and you know, or take quiz as well. I guess I can also give you a preview of what games I have written down for what will probably be following on from the series that I have right now, at least on the YouTube channel. The one following on from Murray, I think I mentioned this yesterday, it's going to be Beacon Pines. I think probably what's going to happen is it's not going to be immediately after Murray. There's going to be a holdover mini series or where I revisit Spiritfarer and redo and do the like DLC that's been, or the extra content which has been released since I finished my Spiritfarer Let's Play, mainly because I don't have time to finish Beacon Pines Fawnhallow essentially, and I have not recorded any Beacon Pines, so you know, I basically I've run out of time. In fact, I need to put this in my thing. I need to put temporary Spiritfarer, so I think I will probably be on for like 6 episodes or something. I don't know necessarily how long. I can't remember how long it takes to do stuff in Spiritfarer, but I think there's 3 new characters, if I recall. So Beacon Pines is going to be the next one I mentioned. The one after that it's a little bit of a question mark. I don't know which one it's going to be. It is going to be next, but I will tell you that the next 3 I have, in some order, will probably be Imposter Factory, Stray, and or Sucker for Love, because they have been there for ages on my list. I genuinely don't know which one is going to be next. My hunch is it might be Stray. Is my guess. It kind of depends how visual novelly Beacon Pines is, because I do like try and change them up a little bit. Sucker for Love, that might end up being a stream game. I genuinely don't know, because I'm not sure how it'll end up, but we'll see. Cosmic Express is currently the ongoing puzzle game, and the one that is probably going to be next will be Unpacking, despite the fact that it's not really a puzzle game. But I feel like because Cosmic Express and Was Babazu for one born before Cosmic Express? I genuinely don't remember. It's very much sort of very puzzle based. The core principle is very puzzle based. That's like basically the entire thing we have going for it. So unpacking is a bit more like chilled. It's not really that puzzly in the first place, but it's taking up a puzzle slot. So because the game I want to play after unpacking is Railbound, but the thing is, Railbound, I'm like, it's kind of similar to Cosmic Express. You know, there's it's a pretty big overlap going from a puzzle train rail based game to a puzzle train rail based game. Different thematics, fair enough, but still, that's on the list. I also have Gris on the list, which I'm not sure why necessarily Gris is here. I can't remember if Gris is even a puzzle game or not, but yeah, I have a Gris might not be the next ones, but Gris has been here for a while, so I don't know necessarily when that'll happen. I have a lot of games to play. And then finally, Cuphead DLC has gotten. Here Comes Nico is what I'm currently playing. You might be able to predict the one which is coming after Here Comes Nico. It's been recommended a few times, and it's been one which has been on my list for ages. Not for ages, basically as soon as it came out, but you know, I just didn't get around to playing it. But it's gonna, after Here Comes Nico, it's gonna be Tunic. I don't know anything about Tunic. I just know it's good. So that's basically why I'm like, I'm not going to cover anything else about it. I'm just going to play it and we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to play that, so hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. I also have Okami down here. I'm not sure what other games will come after Okami, and like, Here Comes Nico doesn't need to be here anymore. I haven't updated this list for a while, I'm going to be perfectly honest. So there might be new games I've got which could take its spot. Which I suppose I should probably look at. Like, what games have I bought recently? I don't know when I bought Invento, but apparently I bought Invento Endling. That's not really like a mechanical based game. I don't really have that many mechanical based games. I don't really buy all that many. So that's going to be interesting. I didn't know Steam had a play next. Enter the Gungeon? Well, it doesn't really have an end to it, does it? It's a roguelite, isn't it? So maybe, I don't know. So where's my stream deck? There it is. It's just in the corner here. I couldn't find it for a second. Oh, you know what? Dust and Elysian Trail. That's quite an old one, which I definitely should play at some point. Actually, there's a lot of games here which would probably make sense for like a stream. Like Cook Serve Delicious, I think makes more sense for a stream game. Yeah, as I said, Rivals of Ether. This War of Mine, I bought ages ago, never played. Tooth and Tail, I could probably make an interesting stream game. Like a game where I'm just like, I don't want to play a full Let's Play of this, but I'll still play it at all. A decent amount of it. Yeah, so that's what's intending to come up in the upcoming series. You can look forward to those when they happen. I mean, maybe by some sheer luck, I will actually have time to finish off a Beacon Pines Fawnhallow, because I don't think it's going to be crazy difficult. I still think it'll take 2 hours, but problem is, you know, got this Animal Crossing Fawnhallow, and I still have other stuff I need to do, like both in real life and for the channel. So I'm not sure exactly when I'll have it, the exact moments. But yeah, here we are in year 4. You got all that good stuff to look forward to. If you have any suggestions or things you would also like to see in year 4, by all means, you can leave them. I will take them into consideration. No promises. But you know, things like games to play, things that you would like to see from me, like the movies I like to see more other non-gameplay things. Maybe that will happen. I'm not going to promise anything. You know, gameplay is by far and away still the core part of this channel, and still one of the easiest things I think to end up doing. So that's kind of why I default to it all the time. But maybe we could do more abstract not abstract games, but not like games, more like things like crosswords, Sporkle, tier lists, that sort of thing. You know, basically I'm just like, what does Northern Lion do? Maybe I could do something like that. And maybe it'll be a bit of fun, maybe it won't be. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say in particular, but these are that's what I got planned for year 4. So you know, I hope you look forward to the thumbnail art if you can see it now. Almost certainly, my art time lapse will be uploaded either tomorrow or the day after or whenever it gets finished. Sorry, that as a placeholder, just been a bit busy recently. So yeah. Let's look forward to year 4, I suppose. It's wild how fast it's passed, but, you know, I've already done all reminiscing in yesterday's episode. This day, we're talking about the future. So, I'm going to wrap this episode off here. If you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. I hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. And let year 4 begin. Okay, well, I mean, beginning of Joy-Con Drift, I feel this is sort of like indicative of something.